Black women are more affected by heart disease than any other race. I am a mother, wife, nurse, and postpartum heart attack survivor. At 31, I had a heart attack 2 weeks after giving birth to my son. Before my heart attack, I was carefree. I was very active. I was a dancer for about 17 years. And even through my 20s and early 30s, I still ran. I still ate healthy. Life was great. I didn't really have too much of a care in the world. I was enjoying a new relationship that I was in. I was just enjoying everything that life had to offer. It was an ordinary day. I had just given birth 2 weeks prior. That evening, I was feeling a little overly fatigued, a little more than usual, but I just kind of dismissed it and thought that, well, I just had a newborn, and I was doing a lot. I was having conversation with people, laughing, chatting, and then I started feeling a little disoriented. When I was looking at people, I couldn't really see their faces clearly. I was even more fatigued than I was prior. And I also started feeling hot. My hands were clammy. I was getting lightheaded. I went to the bathroom, kind of splashed some water on my face thinking, this is a little odd, but who knows? Like I said, I just had a baby. So when I left the bathroom, I went back to have conversation. And when I sat down, I had this the sharpest pain I have ever had in my life, in my chest. And from that point, the pain radiated up through the back of my neck and into my jaw. And at the same time, I also had that numbing and tingling sensation down my left arm. My chest felt like it was being crushed. It was just the amount of pressure that I felt. It took my breath away and I became short of breath. I turned to my husband and I said, something's terribly wrong. I knew something just was off because I've never felt that way before. After that, I began feeling nauseous. I began vomiting and we left immediately. When I got called back into triage, the nurse and the tech that were in there, they were doing my vitals, they were hooking me up to things, and I'm still experiencing the same chest pain, the same breathlessness, the pain still radiating to the back of my neck and up through my jaw. I'm still having the tingling down my left arm. They themselves didn't know what was going on, even with an EKG. The EKG, they said, was inconclusive. At that moment, a more senior nurse walked by the triage bay that I was in. She looked at me for approximately 2 seconds and she said, she's having a heart attack. She needs to get to the back now. And being a nursing assistant, I've had patients who have had heart issues and I knew the signs and symptoms, but he was able to explain to me that I was going to need a stent to save my life. And that was a very surreal moment, thinking that I needed something to save my life. I was always healthy. How could this be happening at one of the most happiest points of my life? It was shocking. It was shocking to me and my whole family, especially since I didn't have family history of any heart-related issues. How do I survive? How does my family help me to survive? It was a struggle because I had that superwoman syndrome. I thought I could do everything, and this heart attack knocked me off my feet. It's really important if women want to have children, even as young as 18, 19, 20 years old, you really need to take control of your health. You really, truly need to start understanding what your body is doing. Make sure you're going to your appointments. Get that baseline, get the blood work done, get your blood pressure checked, because at any given point in time, something can present itself and you might have to fight for your life. Your voice is the most powerful tool that you could ever have. No one knows your body better than you. Yes, you.